right, positive energy all the time. Here we go again. Finishing off from where I left off late tonight, really early this morning. A lot's going on. My phone is ringing. Uh, it's a lot going on, especially on the west side. Shout out to all the guys on the west side. A lot of people watching me, but they don't like to chat. They don't really like social media, but they're watching. And the city's in a little bit of an uproar. July was rough. Now August is rough. A lot of beefing. A lot. We're going to talk about it. Come on in, come on in. I'm representing Chicago, Illinois, a.k.a. Chirac, Illinois. Shout out to everybody on Twitch, everybody on Kick, everybody on YouTube, and everybody on both of my Facebook accounts. Hope you all doing great. We got Dade County in the building. We got Dallas, Texas in the building where they got all the tall, beautiful, gorgeous ladies. Of course, as I said, we got Texarkana, Texas in the building, ladies, with all y'all extra pretty selves. We got Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in the building. No, there's a lot going on. I didn't really get much rest. They worried about the west side where that situation happened. The south side is up. A lot of ladies getting hurt, so that's a problem. They want the shot spotter back because people are being hurt and nobody knows it. And we lost a few people since the mayor got rid of the shot spotter. If you don't know, the shot spotter is a thing that when a shooting goes off, it sends out an alarm and lets you know where it happens at. Then the police come. So if someone was shot and they laying on the sidewalk or laying somewhere, the police could find them. Well, the new mayor, he got rid of it. So people are being found the next day, 5 hours later, all type of stuff. Because they took away the shot spotter. The mayor, Brandon, seems like he ran based on the Board of Education, but he's not ready for all the other duties as a mayor. And I think Lightfoot should have been reelected because Lightfoot didn't get a good chance because of COVID. So I think Lightfoot got a bad rap because of COVID. The city was closed. How could you judge a mayor when the city's closed? The city was closed. Social distancing. All the vegan restaurants wouldn't let nobody eat inside. You know, Chicago diner usually got whew, 12 or 15 tables. They only had 4 tables because of social distance. So I don't think Lightfoot got a fair shot. What a hard break for you to be a mayor during COVID. Wow. You don't even have a record to go by. What? The only thing they got for her to go by is riots and the uprising over George Floyd, which that's not her fault. That didn't even happen here, but she had to deal with the protests here that she wasn't really prepared for. But I don't think nobody would have thought they would tear up downtown. Why do you think that the mayor got rid of the shot spotter? I think he was trying to save money, but he ended up giving a lot of money to the migrants. I really just don't think Brandon knows. Brandon looks lost. Every time you see him, he looks like a deer in the headlight. I don't think he knows what he's doing. He he probably figured shot spotter wasn't any good. You know what I'm saying? Right? So that's probably why he should have been following my bro Spot News. If he would have been following Spot News, if you're going to be a mayor or anybody in Chicago, especially a police, whatever, you need to be following Spot News so you will know what is going on. Salute to my brother Spot News. Finished his cancer treatment. Now, hopefully, his body will heal itself. He had 30 days of cancer treatment. So if he wasn't following Spot News, he wouldn't have seen all the people that were found because of Shot Spotter. People were being found. He don't know that. A lot of people, they don't do the investigation. You have to do the investigation to do a good job. You cannot run a city at all if you're not watching the local news constantly and local reporters, the boots on the ground. You got to be watching them constantly. You got to know what's going on to be a mayor. And Brandon came out the Board of Education, so he's like a one-trick pony. He was thinking, when I get in there, I'm gonna fix the Board of Education, and but you got to fix the whole city, bro. So he don't know what he's doing. He's not gonna win re-election. Nobody likes him. His demeanor's no good. He ain't no good mayor. He's a big disappointment. So we got a lot going on in the city. A lot. We got people trying to push the peace. Like my brother Golden Child. Salute the Golden Child. Golden Child is out there, boots on the ground, pushing the unity movement. So make sure you go follow Golden Child, GOALDENCHYLD. He's pushing the unity movement here in Chicago. He's doing an excellent job. And also check out my brother, Eye of the Trenches, who is the one got the camera on the unity movement. So make sure you check out the Eye of the Trenches. Doing a great job. Young brother's doing a good job. Eye of the Trenches. Doing a great job. A great job. Y'all go check out Eye of the Trenches if you want to know what's going on in Chicago. I see, you know, to know what's going on in a city, a big city like this, you have to watch a lot of stuff. And the things you have to keep up with are not in the same field. It's this, it's that, it's that. They're on a variety. You would have to look at a variety of social media. And most people are like one trick pony or they're stuck. So they only look at, just this and this. But to really know what's going on, whether it's in a city, a country, or in the world, you really have to broaden your horizon. You have to look at a wide variety of things that really don't go together. And that takes interest in those things, which a lot of people don't have. You have to watch, and people 40 and up don't know what's going on. The only people 40 and up that know what's going on are people on social media. If you're not on social media, you're in the dark. You don't know nothing. You see, they got this mentality out here. They give you a false narrative about social media. So you take social media and they'll show you this particular thing on social media and say, that's social media, when that's not social media. So they'll take one thing or two things and say, oh, this social media, what's your social? That's not social media. Everything that's going on is on social media. Everything. If there's a warning, a public service announcement, you will see it quicker on social media than on TV. Facts. Because TV is going to put it on ABC, NBC, and CBS. But social media, they're going to put it on, and a lot of people are going to repost it. A lot of people are going to make another story about it. So you're going to see what's going on. I see what's going on as soon as it happens. The main tool of information is Instagram and YouTube. TikTok, but TikTok got too much stuff before you find what you're looking for. Instagram is better because when the story's big on TikTok, They post it on Instagram, right? So Instagram is TikTok because the big things on TikTok get posted on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, you see everything going on. Twitter's all right, but Twitter's too hard to see what's going on. You got to go down these tweets. So Twitter's a little too hard to know what's going on. It's not. See, with YouTube, and you pick the right subscription, it's going to be at the top of the page when you go. It's going to be right there. When you go to your subscriptions every day, it's going to show you what everybody's talking about every day right away. And it's all right there, go down. With Twitter, you got to go up this story, that way. With YouTube, you see everything. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Okay, this is my YouTube, right? Right? Now, if I want to know what's going on, all I got to do is hit subscription. You see how the stories change? Look. Look. So I go to subscription. Look what you see. See the Today Show. You see CBS Chicago, right? You see the brother telling you about the 8 silent signs of toxic colon if you're colon toxic. Look, CBS Chicago. Look, nutrition facts. All the shorts here, right? But the shorts be old a lot of times, so it throw you off. Okay, Bishop Swan, bam, info. CBS Chicago, bam, manhunt ends for double shooting suspect. Intellectual Radio, plant-based news. Max Velocity, right away I'm going to know what's going on with the weather. Max is going to show you everything going on with the weather, right? CBS Chicago. Street TV, Witty Apparatus. Fox Weather, boom. Big Brando gonna let me know what's going on when you're doing if you're doing products like if you're into business, clothes manufacturing, stuff like that, heat pressing and embroidery and all that. Big Brando gonna let me know what's going on. Street TV, Alex Alonso gonna let me know what's going on. OG Entertainment, right out in L.A. He going through something right now. They said he was a snitch. Wax said he was a snitch. Paperwork ain't looking good. So I'm trying to hang in there before I unfollow him. But he looking. Anyway, you see. Okay. Sarah Sunsetti. Whatever he talk about, boom, I see right away. Tough Steno. Unique Mecca Audio. These are people that repost stories, so I know what's going on, right? Poetic Flacco. Flacco gonna let me know what's going on. Flacco is the internet news. Anything happen, people hate on Flacco, but anything happen, Flacco gonna let me know immediately what's happening on all the other social media. So I don't gotta watch all the other social media because I'm watching the social media reporters. See? So I got my brother Sarah Sunsetti working hard. He dropping so many videos a day, it's crazy. And this is how I keep up with what's going on. OGTV 45, brother I just started watching. Lennon, he always talk about, all he talk about is Dr. Umar back to back to back. I haven't been punching on that much. See, CBS, Governor Pritzker said he's not ruling out a run for president. See, boom, 8 hours ago, that was posted. 8 hours ago, police investigate multiple shootings on Chicago West Side near the big party, okay? Choke, no joke. Choke, keep me up on all of his hop. What's going on with Dame Dash? What's going on with everybody? Choke, no joke. Chicky choke, no joke, right? This is how I keep up what's going on. I'm just showing y'all. The young sister right here, Tiffany, she always talking some Black Power stuff. She don't got a lot of followers or nothing, but I support the sister. I be watching her. MSNBC, Law and Crime, JLR. He's watching everything going on with the Trump and the migrants and all that. So this is how I keep up what's going on. My main man, Show Face News, boom, right away, right, right away. He gonna be reposting right now. 11 hours ago, he was talking about what's going on with little baby. So this is how I keep up what's going on, right? Panda Chop. So it's a wide variety I'm watching. Truth Teller keep me up with everything going on in Chicago, right? Everything going on in Chicago, Truth Teller gonna let me know. Terrence Gangster Williams. I watch Terrence. He let me know what's going on down south, New Orleans, all down in Tennessee, all in the south. He gonna let me know what's going on. He's keeping up with everything going on with Cash Money and all of that, right? Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie. Rashad Ritchie. Now he keep me up on all the news, the big news stories. See, Air Force denies retirement benefits to trans service members. So this is how I see what's going on. I watch the people that's gonna show me. Cam Capone. I watch Cam Capone. He let me know what's going on. Right? I see he got Fat Joe now. I ain't gonna watch that one. This is how I see what's going on. The Art of Dialogue. Art of Dialogue. Keep me what's going on. He got a brother on there. He say Diddy is a monster. I might not. I might want to look at it. I might not. I don't look at all of it, but these are the people that when there's something hot off the presses, I'm able to see it. So I'm able to see what I want to look at and what I don't want to look at. That's why I pull that off. And so now this morning, I'm talking about this situation on the west side of Chicago again. Oh, it's crazy. The weekend it was okay. 5 on the live, 28 hurt over the weekend, right? So it's been up. It's just been up, 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 up. Then with the situation on the west side, it's been updated. Instead of 9 wounded, it's 10 wounded. So it's 3 shootings. And a woman and 10 others got hurt. It was a woman and 9 others, but now they're saying 10. So that's been updated, right? And that's going to kick off a whole war on the west side, because that happened on the west side. So the west side is going to be going crazy. It's going to be going up. So I was talking to some of the guys on the phone early this morning. And what I've been told is the OGs can't do anything about this situation. So what they told me, and these is top ranking people from different gangs I talked to, and one reason they can't do nothing because they're inactive. They're inactive. They're not actively dealing with the gang anymore. And the reason is a lot of them just got out of prison or have been in prison. A few got out maybe 7 years ago, and they just not moving no more. They're not taking penitentiary chances anymore. And they don't want to go around the gang members. Many of the OGs got wives and family. And so now at an older age, they're just trying to concentrate on their grandchildren and their children and their wives. And then a lot of them are sick or have passed away. So a lot of the OGs, because people say, well, what the OGs? A lot of the OGs have serious health problems, serious on the deathbed, basically. A lot of the OGs are not in a position to deal with the gangs. I remember my queen was working at the hospital when they brought Willie Lloyd in. When they brought Willie in, that Vice Lord Chief in, she was the one who took care of him. I mean, he's high ranking, you know. He was all shot up and mean. She said, mean, you know. He didn't really say nothing crazy or mean like that. I would have had to go holler at him. Although I ain't ranked that high. He ranked way up there, but still, you know, my queen, you know what I'm saying? But I just told her, you know, leave him alone. He shot all up. He's ornery. He's a gang chief, you know. He been through a whole lot. Jail, all type of stuff. So leave him alone. He cranky. And he's all shot up. Leave him alone. You know, and just ignore it. Leave him alone. Just treat him the best you can. And don't pay him no attention. He don't mean no harm. She said after about a week or two, he kind of calmed down. He was in the hospital over there on the west side. So there's no management like that. And then everybody splintered into small little fractions, right? So it's like I'm a four corner hustler. I'm not active. I know people wonder why I say that. Well, the police ain't gonna do it. It's not illegal to be in a gang, and I'm not active. But let's take the four corner hustlers. I can't do nothing for the four corner hustlers because which four corner hustlers? It's not just four corner hustlers no more. It's this four corner hustlers. It's that four corner hustlers. It's the foes out south. The foes out south under dude. I ain't gonna say no names. They ain't connected with out west unless they go to prison. The way the gangs work is you kind of all on your own unless you go. If you go to county jail, there's some unity. The total unity don't happen until you go to prison. When you go to prison, that's when it's total unity, right? If you go to state prison, then you know the 5 and the 6 unity. If you go to federal prison, then it's a next unity, and it's Chicago. So the unity gets bigger and bigger depending on where you go. If you go to the county jail, there's some unity. You go to state, there's some division again a little bit, depending on if it's a war. But if you go to federal, then there's not no gang unity, it's city unity now. Ain't none of that Vice Lord BDG. Now it's the Chicago car, the Detroit car, like that. Now it's a car. You in a car for your city, basically. And everybody in your state gonna probably ride with that bigger city. So if you St. Louis car, everybody from Missouri gonna ride with the St. Louis car. Everybody from Illinois gonna ride with like that. So the unity depends on if you're locked up or whatever. And when you're back out on the streets, it's all divided up, but it's crews and stuff like that. And they can't really do nothing with the shorties. The shorties is renegades, and they don't know where the shorties is at. So that's what I'm finna break down because people don't understand. You can't manage the gangs because you don't know where the hell they at. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what's going on. If we're in these gangs, we don't know where the gang is at. That's how the gangs got all out of order. See, when you had the projects, we knew where the gangs was at. This gang is in that project. This gang is in that project. This gang is in that building. This gang is in that building. But if you take two whole buildings of BDs and you tear the building down, now the BDs got to move wherever. You got to move wherever your mama or wherever you can find somewhere to live. You can't go and all the BDs go live in one neighborhood. So now folks got to go live on the block. Say I'm BD. Me and my baby mama, we find a place we go live on the block. She find an apartment. She got to find an apartment. We got to move. So she find an apartment. Or a house to rent. We move in the house. We don't know who over there. So now I move in the house. Once we get settled, I come outside. I realize all these over here is stones. These stones over here. And I'm a BD on a block full of stones. You know what I'm saying? So now, when the guys come visit me, it's a bunch of BDs at one house and stone turf. You got to be a boss to kind of finagle that and make that kind of work. Like when I was living in O Block with my family and I was running the record label and we had rehearsal over there. But the rappers, one was a Four Corner Hustler, one was a Blackstone, one was a GD, and one was a Vice Lord. Coming to my house. But that's BD over there. But we stayed in an apartment and rehearsed. We didn't stand outside. They pull up and come in. Now, when the guys over there see them come to my apartment, they ain't going to pay them much attention because they know, oh, that's Ja Rule guys. So they never going to really find out what gang you is and all of that. Because you're going to park your car and just come in. So you're just a black dude going in an apartment. So you ain't got to worry about it. But if we would have been outside, we wouldn't have had no problem because they would have found out this one GD, this one that, and we wouldn't have been no threat. We wouldn't have been no threat being from 4 different gangs. Now, if we all from one gang, yeah. And sometime if you're from one of the gangs and it's a big war, and so like one time it was a really big beef between the Stones and the BD, and my rapper that was a Stone, he was like, if I come over here, what if one of these BDs recognize me? So I was like, but when you pull up, I'll come and walk you up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it never was no smoke. So after, a couple of rehearsals and getting together and meetings, he was all right. It was never no energy. But that back part we live, it wasn't a whole lot of BDs in that section. They was in the front and down towards the Walgreens till the big buildings is at. So they never had to really see the guys like that. And the one brother that they did see, his auntie was messing with the big BD. And so I was cool with him. So I took him in the studio with us. So I was like one of the first ones in Chicago to do that. So I'm in the studio with a BD, a GD, a Blackstone, a Four Corner Hustle, and a Vice Sword. So once folks was rapping with them, they was cool because he kind of was the man over there. Because I wasn't caring about gangs. I was looking at talent. I was into rap. Can you rap? If you could rap, I wouldn't have cared what you was. Can your ass rap? And bro was cold with the rap. He was cold. So I got songs with a lot of gang members on one song, but they ain't rapping about no Chicago beef. And so this situation is causing a big stir because we've already had so many shootings already. June and July was bad, especially July was all the way up, but July is always like that. And so now the tension is a little high on the west side, and there's a lot of stuff going on the west side, a lot of situations. So I'm working really hard, uh, keeping up with what's going on. It's like a full-time job when they get crazy because I have to post all of this stuff, right? So I have to take, 30 minutes or 40 minutes out of my day to go find what's going on. And I have this X account, Chirac Homicide, and I have to go and find what's going on and post it. So you can see within an hour I posted this about the 3 women wounded, 10 others, you know what I'm saying? 3 shootings with a woman killed and 10 others wounded. The 5 unalived and 28 hurt over the weekend. A man was found shot on the south side. An early morning shooting left an 18-year-old man wounded on the west side. After a violent fight broke out, a boy 14 got popped on 29th. And there was a drop off at St. Mary's. All these others I showed y'all earlier is I posted these 10 hours ago. So 10 hours ago, I posted the last one, male 20 got hit. Then 2 hours ago, I posted St. Mary's. And then it's so busy, I had to go back and post these 2 hours ago, the boy 14 and the early morning shooting. And then another hour ago, I had to go back and post these 3. So it's highly active. It's highly active, but a lot of this is reports from the weekend when they get the final tally. So this one is a weekend report to show you what happened finally over the weekend. And we'll see tonight how bad it is. All right. Good morning, Kat. So this is what's going on. 2 unalive Memorial Day. Police said 10 people were shot in Chicago and two of them passed away, but modern updates say 3 people. So this the whole story on that, right? Showing just how crazy it is in the city. So I was talking to the guys about conflict resolution, right? Because they're trying to figure out how they can resolve these conflicts. The conflicts over East, the conflicts on the low end, the conflicts in the wild hundreds, and a couple of conflicts on the west side. The North Pole ain't too crazy yet. So they trying to figure out how to get some conflict resolution. Golden Child is out with the unity movement, but he's getting people, but the people he getting can't get to other people. You see what I'm saying? So just because we go get this brother and this brother, the way things is these days, these brothers cannot convince the other brothers. So it's not like you can go to any particular gang and get 5 dudes and they can go talk to the rest of the gang. There is no big boss because nobody want to catch a Rico. You see what I'm saying? Because it's gang culture. So when people say stuff about the leadership of gangs, that's because they don't know about gangs. Gangs are not like jobs. Gangs are not like clubs. Gangs is the hardest core people to deal with. And you cannot control gangs without violence. And this is what normal citizens don't understand about gangs. This is why all the leadership is not leadership. Because what they would have to do to get order will send them back to prison. Gangs are only ran through force and intimidation. That's it. It's not ran like normal people. Y'all are normal people. You don't need all of that to get in line and have a club or have an organization. But gangs are different. Gangs is all the knuckleheads that you all can't deal with. You understand? So when I was in the county jail and they come in and they got to learn they lit, it wasn't like I went and said, hey, please learn your lit. You learn your lit or da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? This is not like, it's not negotiable. I wouldn't, I could be nice if you one of the guys and you did everything you're supposed to do. But if I'm the minister of literature and you got to learn your lit in 3 days, uh, you got to know it in 3 days. Because in the gangs, the leadership, we become their parents. A lot of people, I'm giving y'all real game. That's why this is one of the most important channels on YouTube. Gangs, the leadership in gangs are the parents for the gang members. That's a fact. And just like parents, they can have good parents and they can have bad parents. It's the same rules your parents teach you. If your brother get in a fight, you better get in a fight with him. That's the other gang members. Wash your ass. You know you can't be dirty in no gang. A lot of people don't know that. You can't be in the gang, come around stinking and all that. I don't think a lot of people don't know that. You got to be clean in all the gangs. You got to be clean, and I mean clean, clean. Because the jails are already, you're in the dungeon. So if you don't keep it clean, it'll really turn into disease. When we sit at the table, whatever gangs at this table, when we get through eating, the last man, he got to clean that table. He can't half clean that table. He have to clean that table. Because in about 15 minutes, they're going to want to sit down there and play dominoes or play cards. And let them sit there to play cards and there's stuff all on the table, getting on the cards. They're going to say, who was supposed to clean this table? The first time, they're going to say, Joe, clean it right. That's it. That's that one, you're going to get that one time you're going to get just told, hey, bro, why you ain't clean the table? Clean the table. It's going to be cool. It ain't going to be nasty. They're not going to talk to you nasty about it. Now, most likely they won't have to get at you the next day because the last person eating there. But if you're the last person eating again that week and that table's dirty again, they're going to take that like disrespect. Like, it's just fuck us, huh? And now you gotta pay a serious price. You gotta get a spanking. And it ain't no spanking like your mother's spanking. It might be exercise, depending on who you done pissed off and who's calling it. But you're the one raising them now. You're the parent. And imagine being a parent of a bunch of very difficult youth that haven't had no discipline. Rough dude, people is rough. So it's a situation where dude, cock diesel, strong as hell, and I got to tell him what to do. But the only reason he got to do what I tell him, because it's a whole gang behind what I tell him. So it ain't going to be no one-on-one fight. He going to get a violation. So that's where the power's in, the whole group coming down on you. So even though it's one person that's in charge, if you don't do that, everybody agree you in violation. So this is how you keep thugs and hardcore people in line, because it's a whole mob. They can't go against 13, 15 dudes in there, 10 dudes in there. You can't go against that. If it's one dude, you can go against it. But if it's 15 dudes in there, 10 dudes, 7 dudes, You got to do what you're supposed to do. Because there ain't no 101. You got to get a whooping. Now, why am I saying all that? Because these are the ones that we have the tough time. We got to teach them conflict resolution. And I don't think y'all know how difficult that is. The news don't talk about it. The mayors don't talk about it. The police don't talk about it. The only thing that's going to calm this down in the jails or prison and on the street is if they learn conflict resolution. That's it. I wanted to come over here and really break that down. The problem with our black male youth and our females is they don't have the ability for conflict resolution. I was born in 1958. So by the time you get to 1963, you 5, you might got your little tricycle. By the time you get to like 1965, you riding your bike outside, you playing outside with your children, and you got different kids, different age. And the first thing we learn on our own as a group of kids outside is conflict resolution. That's why my generation didn't fight that much. If, if you look, as the conflict resolution left, things got worse. I started high school in 1970. I graduated in 1976. I started in 1972 in there, 71, 72. And we already had conflict resolution. So when people hear me say I didn't have any fights since the 5th grade, they don't understand what I'm saying. So that's why I wanted to make this video to finish from the last one. The reason I didn't have any fights after the 5th grade, because in the 4th to 5th grade, especially the 5th grade, is when we learned conflict resolution as children. We learned how to work stuff out. It was something we learned. Our parents helped us. You was not allowed. If you 10 and your brother 9, you was not allowed to go back and forth with your brother. These is facts. It wasn't this generation where you 10 and you 9 and you and your brother getting into it and your mama find out which one is she think is wrong and then tell her one she think is wrong to stop. No, ain't no, 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 no. That's bad parenting. The parenting I had, if me and my sister get back and forth into it, you know who they threaten? Me and my sister. If y'all don't stop, both of y'all going to bed. They don't give a damn who started it. They don't give a damn who gonna finish it. If y'all don't stop, y'all going to bed. So now me and my sister, we got to work on conflict resolution. She ain't trying to see if I'm the one right or if she the one right, like the new parents. They're not trying to find out which one of y'all is right and which one of y'all is wrong. That is bad parenting. Stop doing that. Stop picking one of your sons, which one of your sons is right and which one is wrong. Because if you keep picking one all the time, the other one going to think it's favoritism. You got to threaten both of them with punishment. If they don't stop, one of them gonna say, but he the one, you heard what I said, if y'all don't stop, y'all going to bed. And when you tell your two sons that's beefing, if y'all don't stop, y'all going to bed, they will work it out. Because they don't want to go to bed. So they'll be like, we don't want to go to bed. Okay, well, let's work this out. They'll work it out. But if you get one, they're going to do that all the time. You get this one, then you get that one. They're going to keep doing it. The way the old school parents raise you is if y'all couldn't figure it out, y'all going to bed. That's the way they used to do it. They not trying to figure out who did what. Now, sometimes you did something egregious and they'll get you. Your sister going to say, Mommy, he did something crazy. All right. I do something to my sister. My sister go in the room and say, Mom, he did this. My mother tell me to stop. If my mama hear us in there again, my mama not finna tell me to stop. She finna say, y'all go to bed. She don't give a damn who started what. Y'all should have fixed it. Y'all should have fixed it. So as a young age, you learn how to fix it because it ain't finna be no winner. So once you and your brother or you and your sister, two girls or two boys or boy, once y'all realize neither one of y'all finna win and both of y'all finna lose, you fix it. If you think one gonna win and one gonna lose, you're gonna keep on trying to see which one of y'all gonna win and which one of y'all gonna lose. And you will not learn conflict resolution. This is how you teach your little children conflict resolution. Now, we don't have that anymore. So the youth don't know how to negotiate or how to compromise or nothing. They're like, it's either him or you. No, it's him. No, it's him. No, it's her. No, it's her. That's all they know. And so if they ain't got no conflict resolution within their same group, when they go out around people they don't know, that's going to turn to violence. Because nobody knows how to resolve any conflict. And when you don't learn conflict resolution, not only do you not know how to stop conflicts, but you also get enjoyment out of starting conflicts. You start starting stuff. You understand? So when we was coming up, if you and your sister get to fighting, y'all both going to bed. Your mama don't care who fight. All she knows is y'all getting on her nerves. Y'all getting on her nerves, whatever you're doing, go to bed. The best way to stop the fight is make both of y'all go to bed. Both of y'all getting punished. Why? Y'all should have worked it out. Well, you ain't parenting like that no more. So now when these people grow up and be in these gangs, they don't possess that skill set of conflict resolution. They don't know how to work it out. They don't have the concept that, if we keep on, both of us going to jail. Like if we keep it up, both of us going to bed. And when you're up in the street, if y'all keep it up, both of y'all going to jail. Or somebody going to the grave in the hospital and the other one's going to jail. It's the same thing. Both of y'all finna lose. They don't know that. They don't know that. That's parenting. Parenting teach you your mama is daddy is the police. I don't know if y'all realize that. Mommy is the police. So if mommy don't do a good job as the police, you're gonna be a criminal. For a little kid, bed is jail. if you in the third grade or the fourth grade, bed is bed. You hate bed. You hate bed. On Friday night, you stay up until you fall asleep. You trying to stay up. You like this. Going to sleep is a no when you think you growing up. You don't want to go to sleep. You be sitting there like this, still trying to stay up. Sometimes your mama comes see you. Go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to bed. Is jail for a third grader, fourth grader, second grader. By the time you're in fifth grade, you ain't trying to go to jail. You ain't trying to go to bed. So now you got conflict resolution. You and your sister ain't fighting like that. You and your brother ain't fighting. If you was raised up and you and your brother was fighting all through high school and stuff, that's because your mama wasn't shit. Your mama wasn't shit. Bad parenting. If you and your brother didn't get along, by the time y'all was teenagers, your mama and daddy wasn't shit. They should have been broke that up in the fourth grade. Ain't no way. That's bad parenting. Your mama, I don't know what was wrong with her. She ain't know how to raise no children. How you constantly irritating your little brother all through high school. I be seeing these new families. These brothers be telling me they big brother was mean to them all through high school. I'm like, what? What? What your mama did? My mom was on his side. Wow. Or the mama's on the younger brother's side. If your mama's on somebody's side, your mama sucks. My mama wasn't on nobody's side. My mama was on the belt side. It was her and the belt against me and my sister. And we didn't want to see that belt. We didn't hardly get spankings. The threat of spankings make you don't get spankings. The threat of spankings is more powerful than the spanking. One spanking makes the threat of spankings powerful. Psychology. When you go too far and you get that one spanking, that holds you for years. Two serious spankings could grow you up. One in like the second grade, one in the fourth grade. Shit, you grown and mature by the time you get in the sixth grade. You ain't getting no more spankings like that. You ain't getting no lot of spankings. I didn't get no lot of spankings. When I hear these white psychiatrists talking about don't spank your kids, he act like you spanking them every day. He act like you spanking every day. When we got spankings, we didn't get no punishment. Punishment was you got older. We ain't get on no punishment when you get a spanking. When you get a spanking, that is the punishment. Now, I'm talking back in old days, y'all younger. Once my mama spank us, she already know that worked. She don't need no extra backup plan. She don't need no punishment or nothing. That was the punishment. Everything go right back to normal after that. By the time you start getting punishments and stuff, you ain't doing shit so egregious. You getting punishment because you ain't acting your age. That's different. You start getting punishment, fifth grade, sixth grade. That's something different. That's not the same type of discipline as second grade, third grade, and fourth grade. That's something else. That's based on more mature things they want you to do. Second, third grade, fourth grade, that's the immature shit you doing. That's the stuff that's gonna follow you for the. That's what's gonna make you a fool. If you straighten that out, it's very simple to straighten out the fifth, sixth, seventh grade stuff because you already got to understand it from second grade, third grade, and fourth grade. Your children already got to understand it. So it's easy to keep them in line and make minor adjustments. Right, in middle school, then you get that kind of stuff. And the reason that you didn't watch it, because she had spanked your ass when you was in the third grade. And that's what make you follow the rules in middle school from them old spankings. So that's what give them the power to make you abide by the punishment. If they don't discipline you when you little, you ain't gonna listen to no punishment. They're gonna say turn the TV off. You're gonna turn it right back on. But if you had them spankings in the second, third grade and stuff, and she said turn TV off, you're gonna turn it off. Because you already been programmed, don't play with her. And you feel like you're too old for spankings. And second grade spankings and fifth grade spankings is two different damn spankings. That's a spanking in second grade. You act a fool fifth, sixth grade, seventh grade, you getting fucked up. A whole nother level of spanking. You ain't trying to get there. You're not getting a spanking if you acting a fool and you push the line. You getting a whooping. They call that a whooping. That's different. That's a whooping. You don't want no whooping. And they got two whoopings. They got mama's whooping, and then they got daddy's whooping. You don't want none of those. If you had to choose you who you want to whoop your ass, you're gonna pick mama. Mama got some mercy. Daddy fucking you up. Okay? Facts. My daddy ain't get me but maybe once or twice. That's it. That once or twice lasts you till you get grown. Period. Anybody say it don't is a lie. That shit lasts till you grown. And when you change and you become decent, you become proud of yourself. You become proud of yourself, you ain't getting in trouble. It gives you a sense of pride when you learn how to act. And now you acting like you got some sense on your own. That make you feel like it gives you a great feeling that I know how to act. All your days be smooth. Your mama don't be hollering at you. She just be talking to you. Get them shoes up. Boy, move, she be saying that. But she don't be hollering at you and stuff like when you were 3 or 4. She just be saying little stuff. Charles, if you don't clean this room up like that. But she not getting you like when you was in the third grade. She talking to you more mature. And she talking to you with authority. She know you gonna do it. So when your mama open the door and say, look at this room, straighten this room up. Your mama close the door with confidence. She know you gonna straighten it up. Why? Because she raised you young. So she ain't tripping. Because she know when she say straighten it up, you gonna straighten it up. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So she not tripping like that. She's just keeping you in line so you grow up to be a decent, clean adult. But she ain't tripping like gotta act like you ain't gonna do it. She already know you gonna do it. Them mamas that gotta act and go out the way to convince you to do it, that's because they didn't raise you when you was little. If they raised you when you're little, they already know you're gonna do it. Your mom, get up, get this trash out this house. What you do? You get up and do it right then. You don't sit there. Nobody sit there. Now, if you got a black mama, a real black mama, and she say, boy, get up and get this trash out the house. Before she say house, you done hopped up. It get to a point where you ain't even tripping on what she telling you to do. Your man, you don't even care what she told you to do. You're so mature. You're trying to do it real fast so you can get back to what you're doing. That's how you be really slick. You ain't moving fast like that because she told you. You moving fast because you was doing something. So you try to get that so you get back to do what you're doing. You be mature. You're like, okay, I'm trying to watch my favorite show. My mama say I take the trash out. If I take 30 minutes, that's 30 minutes interrupting me. Let me get this out of here and get back in 45 seconds. And I'm not missing nothing I'm trying to do. So you be zoop, zoop, and back. Because it ain't even about what she said. It's about, you know, you got to do it. So you're trying to maximize your time at this point. Your favorite show on. Hey, you trying to hurry up, get back. You trying to hurry up and get back to see your show. You don't want mama hanging over your head with this head. Let me get this out the way. So she shut up talking to me. You trying to make sure she don't got to say nothing else to you. You don't want to hear it. So you mature. You don't want to hear it. And the way you don't hear it, the way you shut her up is do what she said. You don't be like, you don't want to hear it and you don't do it. You be like, I don't want to hear it, so I'm going to hurry up and do it. That be your attitude. And when you do it and you come back, you feel a sense of accomplishment. Yeah, it is better that garbage ain't in here. She right. When you take that garbage out, it makes sense. Yeah, take this damn garbage out. So now by the time you get your first apartment at 18, what you doing? Boom, you come in the apartment, the garbage tripping. What you doing? Just what your mama taught you, right? Right away. Let me get this garbage out of here. Bam. And you're doing it just as fast as you used to do it for her. Who take all day? If you grown, do you take all day to take your garbage out? You try to do it as fast as possible, don't you? So you get back to whatever else you got to do. That garbage get on your nerve because it used to get on your mama's nerve. And now she done taught you to make it get on your nerve. You end up just like your mommy and your daddy. That's why it's important to be good parents. Have a clean house. Teach them how to bathe, brush their teeth, keep the house clean, keep their room clean, take care of their toys. You understand? Your daddy gonna be on the lights because of the bill. So your daddy, everything he see, the bill, he on the bill. He don't just want you to turn the lights out. He got the bill. So you can feel your daddy just ain't telling you to turn the lights out. Because your daddy gonna be like, turn these damn lights out. This bill high as hell. He makes sure you know why. So you be smart. But one of the things they teach you between your siblings is conflict resolution. If you go in a decent house with decent parents, you do not see the siblings beefing. They'll go off and do two different things before they sit next to each other, beefing. The only time you're going to see the boys beefing or the siblings beefing is the second grade, third grade, fourth grade, like that. Yeah, a little bit, maybe sixth grade. But when they start getting seventh, eighth grade, they be off doing their own thing. You be like you grown. I don't know about this new generation, but me, by the time I was in seventh grade, it was like a little bitty grown person. I don't got it down yet, but I'm a practicing adult. You know what I'm saying? I'm practicing how to be grown. You practicing. And you learning conflict resolution. So now these gang members and stuff now, they don't got no conflict resolution, none. Everything they aggressive. They can't work nothing out. They can't compromise nothing. That's why we got these problems. They can't compromise. They don't know how to talk to each other. This is the rudest group of young people ever. When we used to signify each other, it was done in a real humorous way. Now they just be trying to embarrass each other. The hate between the young brothers, you can cut it with a knife. It's that thick. Young. I said, how these young babies hate each other that much? Young as you is. How you hate like that? You too young to be hating the other brother like that much. You ain't even doing enough to be hating. How you ain't got no kind of light popping up and you just they don't know how to talk nothing out. Everywhere they go, they start fighting and shooting. Everywhere they go, these young brothers, Philadelphia, Chicago, St. Louis. St. Louis is crazy right now. Everywhere they go, they can't get along. They don't respect each other. They don't respect each other's women. You know why? Because they ain't had no good parents. Because if they would have had good parents, they would have seen how their parents respected each other, how the men respected the women. But they came up with their mama and their daddy boy, their daddy friend didn't respect their mama. They come up watching their daddy friend try to talk to their mama. That's how they come up. The young generation, they gotta watch their daddy best friend try to talk to their mama on the side. They know what you're doing. They see you all in her ear when she walk into the store with the kids and shit. These dudes will walk right up to your woman with your child, take it to the store and try to holler at her in front of your kids. That's how disrespectful the black man then got. He got no respect. How you gonna have conflict resolution when you don't got no? They don't got no respect. I remember being at Harvey on the porch with some stones, and we on the porch, and a man and his wife drive down down the street, and get out the car, and dude holler on what's up. And when they drive by, the dude talk about how he wanna get with the woman in the car with her husband or her boyfriend. And I'm thinking, what? You see a man and this woman drive past you and you talk about how you want to get with her and she with dude? These type of things I never seen before. Now that dude is the one that's having these gangbangers. That's the father of the gangbangers. You understand? Back in the 80s, your uncle used to always beat your aunt up. Did he drink a lot? Did both of them drink? Both of them drank a lot, didn't they? They was alcoholics, wasn't they? They was alcoholics or they was on drugs, wasn't they? That wasn't normal. Yeah, he was alcoholic. So as the family started to, because my parents born in the 30s, them ones you talk about, they was the new group. They was probably born in the 50s, around my generation. They was already disintegrating. The parenting was already disintegrating. By the time you got to the parents in the 80s, they wasn't shit. So now when you get to the parents in the 80s, you got a disintegration, right? So you got me with good parents. I'm a parent in the 80s. I'm here. All the other parents, that's parents of my children's friends, they down here. So now I have to keep my children away from their children because when my mom in them era, my mom and them was here and all the other parents was here. But by the time we get to my generation, I'm here and a lot of the other parents is here. So now you're the only one raising your children right. These parents looking at you crazy, talking about you should give your children more freedom to be bums and hoes like they children. And now you have to keep your children away from their children. In the 80s, especially by the 90s. By the 90s and the early 2000s, I was horrible. In order to be a good parent, you had to isolate your children, which made your children mad because they want to know why they can't hang with these other children. Because these other children got bad habits. So now once your children get like 17 where you can't really make them do what you want them to do and they can run off, the ones that's hell bent, they start running off with them losers. They start going after school with them losers. And that child just, you lose them. Because you can't raise no 17-year-old. You can't raise no 15, 16, 17-year-old. You got to raise them when they little. But part of raising them is keeping them away from other people. And when you got a big extended family and half of your family ain't shit, a lot of your kids ain't going to be shit. Because they cousins. Because they cousins. Facts. Josh, you're 100% right. So it wasn't like when I was growing up, hey man, I was born in 1958. When I grew up, I'm 5 or 6. Man, whatever my parents said, everybody on the block parents said the same thing. You couldn't find no parent said nothing different. When I was growing up, you could not find no parent out of okay, look, out of 4 blocks, you could only find 2 bum ass groups of parents. Facts. You can only find maybe 2 groups of really not bum ass. The first bad parents they was too old, so they old and they got a young son. So it's like mom and daddy like grandma and granddaddy. So they just too lenient. They too old. So they son don't be shit. And then you have another family that's just tacky. They kids don't be shit. But it wasn't enough for them to influence us because as children you want to play, and all the children you're playing with Everybody went by the same rules. Everybody, all the children, when I was growing up, went by the same rules. By the time I started having children, there's different rules. Parents is their kids' friends and all that. Your daddy, your friend, the daddy dressing the son like the daddy. The little boy gonna grow up and be feminine because his daddy dressing him up like the daddy. Take a picture of it like, oh, that's so cute, that's so great. No, it's not. He raising that boy to be a weirdo. Too much infatuation with daddy gonna make your son like men. You want your son to like women. Yeah, they need to learn Jazzy J. They need to learn conflict resolution. Let me tell you something. To get some good kids, it's only one person that raised kids, and that's mama. All this daddy raising the son bullshit, that's what it is. It's bullshit. Mama raises the kids. Period. Point blank, period. Daddy gives advice to the son as he begins to age. Daddy don't raise you, daddy trains you and give you advice. Okay? You know why these men ain't no good, ladies? Because their mama didn't raise them. See, your mama raised you to be a man. A lot of people don't understand this. They think your mama raised you to be a girl. No, your mama raised you to be a man. Your mama raised you to be the kind of man she would marry. Facts. She raised you so girls will like you. Girls ain't gonna like you if you're a girl. So mama raised you to be a man. And she raised your sister to be a girl. Daddy instructs you on things to do as a man. But daddy don't raise you. Daddy don't mess with you until you get a certain age. Daddy don't fuck with you. He like, hey boy and stuff like that, but daddy don't really fuck with no little ass kids. Daddy don't mess with you till you big enough to take the garbage out. Hey, take the garbage out. Hey, rake the leaves. That's when daddy, you gotta be able to do stuff. You know, to be with daddy, you gotta be able to do stuff. These are real black family, I'm telling you. Real daddy. A real daddy, when you're a little boy, go with your mama. Go with your mama. That's daddy. Go with your mama. Go with your mama. So daddy put the pressure on you. My daddy wasn't my best friend. My sister was my best friend. My daddy and my mama were my best friend. My sister was my best friend. My daddy ain't never been my friend. How old are you, Matt? You young. That sound like some new age shit, don't it? How the fuck your daddy your friend? What year you was raised? How old is you, Matt? You 45. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, your daddy and them, they didn't know what the hell they was doing. My daddy wasn't my damn friend, that's for sure. He was daddy. He wasn't my friend. My daddy wasn't my damn friend. He was always daddy. But I understand y'all didn't have no kids to play with. My friends was outside. You couldn't be my friend if you didn't ride. Even my sister wasn't really like my friend. She was my sister. If you couldn't ride no bike, if you couldn't ride no bike and you couldn't play no baseball, you really not my friend. All my friends play baseball, basketball. They're my friends. I used to go outside and see my friends. Well, your generation, y'all ain't go outside. Y'all weirdos. We stayed outside. All my friends, Jesse, Keith, Richard, Phil, Fifi. My friends was kids. My friends was kids. All my friends was my friends. Okay? I'm trying to get away from mom and daddy and go outside with my friends. Can I go outside? I don't want to be around them. I want to go outside with my friends. But he's 47, 45, so they didn't have no kids. I'm the baby boomer. So they wasn't playing running bases, hide and go seek. Matt and them wasn't doing that. They weren't playing, Mother May I, and they weren't playing like that. They didn't have a bunch of girls outside, hopscotch, double dutch. They didn't play baseball season, basketball season, football season. Matt and them didn't do that. My generation, the baby boomers, we like that. Some of the last ones that whatever was going on, we did it, and our friends was our friends. Daddy was daddy. My mom and my daddy never been my friend. They was always mama and daddy. That's a friend is if your daddy a friend, that's a demotion. Daddy is way better than a friend. So if your daddy's a friend, that's a demotion. You know what I'm saying? That's a demotion. See, my daddy was like God or some shit. My daddy was, you understand? See, mama raised you and everything. So when you were a little boy and daddy come, you would just marvel at his ass. Ooh, daddy, right? And when daddy would come, the whole like God. Yeah, daddy was like God. When daddy would come, everybody would be excited. Mama's excited and the kids, right? Mommy and the kids is like a group. And then daddy. Daddy really not like a part of the group. He like daddy. It's like I can't explain it. And when I was growing up, daddy only messed with you for his own benefit when he wanted to play with you and shit like that. When daddy wanted to do daddy stuff with you. Other than that, daddy don't fuck with you. Period. When I was growing up. When we was growing up, our daddies, they don't fuck with you. Period. You gotta be a certain age to fuck with daddy. If you're a little kid, where your mama? Go with your mama. Go with your mama. You understand? When you was a little kid. When we was a little kid, go with your mama. Go with your mama. Go with your mama. When daddy get ready to go to the store, you're like, daddy, can I go? No, stay with your mom and your sister. Daddy, can I go to the store? No, stay with your mom and sister. Fourth time, daddy, can I go to the store? Come on. Oh. know what I'm saying? That motherfucker finally said you could go, right? So now when he said, yeah, come, you know what that means, right? Because he said, no, no, no. So that means if he said, yeah, that means when he say, yeah, that means, okay, you got to step your game up. Because all them times he said no, mean you too little. You a baby. You know what I'm saying? So daddy say no because you a baby. You know what I'm saying? If you won't go with daddy, you got to be a big boy. Period. Not this new shit where you could be a busted ass nigga run around with your daddy. You could be a little goofy and still be with your daddy. No. It was a rite of passage to go with your daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be to learn everything mama could teach you. And when he see that you learned everything mama could teach you, he's like, okay, then you go with him. You get one shot. You mess that up, you can't go with him again till next year. Okay. I tell this story all the time. My dad, best friend was Mr. Smith, and we would have a lot of family events in the summertime. And it's always, you know how women are, there's something still missing. So they always sending the men to the store on the holiday. And my daddy and Mr. Smith, come on, Smitty, let's go. And Mr. Smith's son named Keith, and it's me. And me and Keith would say, can we go? And they'd be like, nah, y'all stay here with your mama. Just like that. And you don't be disappointed. You just be thinking, damn, I ain't ready yet. I'll never forget it. One summer came, and my daddy and Mr. Smith was finna go to the store for the family hangout. And me and Keith said, can we go? And they said, yeah, come on. Hey, man, you could tell how big that was in my life because I still remember that day. I got to talk to my cousin Keith about that. And man, when our daddy said, come on, we looked at each other. We were smiling. And listen, did we say one word? Because they had said no so much, we didn't want to mess it up. Because no meant you ain't ready. So I remember when he said, yeah, right? When they said, yeah, we sat in the back. We didn't say nothing. They was talking. We didn't say nothing. Back in those days, you didn't talk when grown folks was talking. Period. That's why I said my daddy was not my friend. When I was growing up, adults, children, it was clear. There was no blurred lines. That's the daddy, you the child. Period. So we didn't say nothing. We just walked behind them and watched them and tried to walk like them, and we just didn't say nothing. We didn't say nothing. We didn't ask for nothing. All we kept doing was looking at each other smiling. We can't believe we with our daddies. They let us go. And we didn't say nothing. We didn't say a word. And then that's when you learn to sit back there and listen to them talk and see how they talk and look at their mannerisms and look how they deal with each other as men. And they show you how men talk, how men get along. See, if you talking, you ain't going to learn nothing. So you sitting there observing your daddy and his best friend or your daddy and your uncle, and you observing they camaraderie, how they function, how they move in public. They married to your mamas. You don't see them flirting with no damn women. Facts. You don't see your daddy looking at no women when they walk. None of that. Your daddy don't show no disrespect to your mama. I mean none. When they walk somewhere, it's like it ain't no more women in the world. They do not see no women. They don't see them. It's like they not there. So you sit there and you be quiet. And you watch him. And when your daddy crosses his knee and pull his pants leg up across his knee, when you sit down, you pull yours up. And you say, Daddy, why you pull your pants leg up when you do that? He said, that way it won't be no being in the knee when you stand up. So your pants still stay creased. If you cross your leg, boy, like that, get up, they're going to be wrinkled. I was like, oh, see? But you had to be quiet. So when I was growing up, when they have family events, the kids got to go outside or go in the basement. You cannot be around the adults. So when I hear young people talking about always being around the adults, I feel sorry for it. But in some cases, you might live in the country or somewhere, so you got to do that. So in certain cases, you say your daddy take you fishing and shit like that. It makes sense because you might live in a slower place. So there's not a lot of socializing for you to do with other men and stuff like that. So your daddy got to step in and keep you with him. So that makes sense. We lived in a big city like Chicago. It's 20 houses on this side, 20 houses on that side. It's all married couples. It's husband and wife in every house. So you're seeing every wife and every husband, and you're seeing all your friends, mamas and daddies. So you observe men on the whole block, but the children do not interact with the adults when I was growing up. When I was growing up, we stayed the hell away from adults. Listen, when I was growing up in summertime and we go outside, the object is to stay the fuck away from your mama. I'm showing you real kid life. You stay away from mommy. Why? Because if you go around mommy, she gonna make you come in. Okay? So you don't go around adults. You don't even try. You go in the house to pee. That's it. You want some water, you turn the hose on and you drink off the hose. You're not going in that house. The house was like a trap. So you never want to go in the house because if you open that door and go in, it might not open back up and let you back out. You know what I'm saying? Or put you to work. You know what I'm saying? You don't open that door and go in because you're not guaranteed to come out. Daddy, yeah, because daddy is not fucking with you anyway. Mommy, that's why I tell you, mommy, Rick, that's who you avoid. You ain't avoiding daddy. Daddy not going to say stay in unless it's real late. If it's daytime, you can run in and out, in and out. Daddy not going to say stay in. But mama, if y'all had mamas, mama, you don't know what mama might do. Mom might say, okay, listen, go up there and run that bath water and take a bath. You're like, oh, God, I shouldn't have came in. Oh, I hate her. You know what I'm saying, mama? Go get the vacuum cleaner and vacuum and go up there and clean that room up. Or no, you ain't going back inside. Come in and watch the Olympics and learn something so you don't be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had that kind of mama. Y'all saying, mama, you know, if you a kid, you stay, if you trying to have fun, stay away from mama. Stay away from mama. Stay away from mama. You try to stay away from mama. If you hanging out with mama, you don't mind coming in. So when you go in there and you cool with mama, you don't mind staying in. You tired, ain't nothing going on out there. You go stay around mama. If the kids out there or you out there having fun, stay away from mama. Mama's bad news. Daddy don't care. Daddy don't fuck with kids. Only when he feel like it. Daddy don't mess with kids like that. He loves you, but he don't do kids. My daddy didn't really do kids. The only kid stuff my daddy did in the morning, watch cartoons with us before we go to school. Other than that, my daddy didn't do no kid stuff. Don't ask him nothing, because you're not getting a kid answer. He don't do kids. I remember one time I was in the kitchen, and I made a mistake and asked my daddy, thinking he was going to say some kid stuff. I said, Daddy, where do babies come from? He said, where babies come from? He went and got a big old medical book. See, I shouldn't ask him shit. I'm real little. So he went and got this big medical book. And he opened it to these plastic pages. I had this pregnant lady. I'm like in the first grade or second grade. He should have said the stork or some shit. No, not Randolph. He go get the medical book, because back then they had an extensive library. Black folks wasn't allowed to read, so my parents had like encyclopedias and everything, so we could do our own work. That man went and got the medical book and showed me a pregnant lady. It had the plastic page. Every time you turned it, it showed a different stage of the pregnancy. And you know what he told me? He said, well, this is where a baby come from. See, you get with the baby. See right here? This where a little thing at. So then when you take your wee-wee and you put your wee-wee in there, there's some stuff going to come out. It's going to go up there. It's going to mix with her. It's going to make a baby. I'm second grade. He said, then see, her stomach going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And see the baby? Then it's going to be a baby. Then the baby going to come out of her. That was, right? Showed me the whole pictures. I was kind of, it was too much for the second grade. So I was like the only second grader know that you fuck and get a lady pregnant and have a baby. And he showed me the graphics. And I'm like, all the other kids know it's a stork, not Randolph. Well, you know. So I learned not to ask him shit, because he didn't do little kid stuff. In 1962, yeah, I'm like in the second grade. And he told me the sex and everything. See what I'm saying? That's the difference between him and my mama. My mama wouldn't have told me all that. My mom would have said, you know, a man and a woman get together and then they have a baby. She would have said something, but she would have not went into detail. Yeah, I was like in the second grade, and I knew the people had sex and had a baby. He said, you put your wee-wee in there. So I go to school, I'm the only second grader to know any of that. So now all the cartoons is messed up. I don't enjoy the cartoons because all the cartoons got the stork bringing the baby. So I'm like, see, that's how I got like this. So I'm in the second grade looking at the cartoons with the stork delivering the baby. I'm like, this is some bullshit. Storks don't bring no babies. You put your wee-wee in there and have a baby. Real talk. So I'm already turning into what I am now. I'm like, this cartoon is fake. Don't no stork bring no baby. Tell that to you other little kids. Mom's is, you know what I'm saying, is going to say something a little, I don't know what she would have said. You know what I'm saying? But dad, dad wasn't my friend. He was daddy. I tell it all the time. One time I was eating a hot dog. I had finally figured it out. I'm a big boy. Okay. Chicken come from a chicken. Bacon come from a pig. Turkey come from a turkey. Fish come from a fish. And I'm eating a hot dog. So I asked my daddy, I said, Daddy, what, Michael? Where do hot dogs come from? Oh, hot dogs? Hot dogs is when they get the meat and they got all the scraps, the ears, the ass, and all that. They grind up the ear, the ass, and all that, and then they stuff it in that skin, and that's make a hot dog. The ass, the ears, the feet, knees, you know what I'm saying, tail. You know what I'm saying? He told me the ass. He said, I swear to God, you can't make this up. I'm probably about the third grade, right? I said, Daddy, where a hot dog come from? He said they grind up, they get all the good meat and they make the steaks and all that. And then they take the ass and ears and nose and all that, and they grind it up. Then they take that skin on the outside and they stuff all the parts, all the ass and all that in there, and that's a hot dog. And I'm eating a hot dog. And I'm thinking, dude, crazy. That's what I'm thinking. I ain't gonna ask him nothing else. I'm not gonna ask him nothing else. Like but he a country boy. See what I'm saying? He a country boy. You know what I'm saying? So he from Decatur, Alabama. So I'm cityfied. I'm born in Chicago. He born in Alabama. So he telling me the Alabama version. Because where they was at, they made their own everything. They grind their meat up. They slaughtered the animals. So he told me the truth. So I think don't be asking him nothing. I said, okay, don't ask him nothing if you don't want to know. If you don't know the real story, don't ask him. Just don't ask him. But he was always overdoing it. My mama used to save him. Randolph, them kids don't know what you're talking about. That's just how he was. I was 5 years old. My daddy be like, this is how you get downtown. I'm 5. He said, now you walk outside right there, right? And you walk down to the end, 2 blocks, and that's 115th Street. Then you're going to stand on this side, and the bus going to come at the bus stop, and you're going to get on that bus. Then when they get to the street up there, you know the big street where McDonald's at? That's Halsted. You're going to get off at Halsted. Then you're going to cross the street, and you're going to wait at that other bus stop. Then the bus going to come and going to take you to 95th to the L. Then you're going to take your transfer, get on the L. It's going to take you downtown. I'm 5. My mama, Randolph, he's 5 years old. He don't know nothing about how to get downtown. My dad was a bus driver. He said, them goddamn kids in the projects. He said, my mama said, Randolph, that boy only 5. He don't know how to get downtown. My daddy is a bus driver. He said, them goddamn kids in the project know how to get down there. I pick them up all the time down there on 35th, and they get on that bus, Bessie, and they go downtown, they get what their mama tell them, and they get back on that bus and they come home. Them kids down there can do it, mine can do it. That's what he said. He said them kids in the project can do it. He said the kids in the projects do it. So my dad was like, he see all these kids riding the bus by themselves. He's like, I'm going to make sure my kids could do this shit. They mama sent them down there with a list, and they go get everything she tell them, and they bring all her change back. So they mama sent them downtown to go shopping. 5, 6, 7 years old, 8 years old. And my mama just wouldn't say nothing. You know, she wouldn't say nothing when he would step in. That's how you knew he was God. And she was the queen. You could tell because she wouldn't say nothing. She wouldn't say nothing. Once he would say that, he told Strap, them kids down there, the projects could do it, Bessie. And she wouldn't say nothing. And sure enough, by the time I was a freshman, he was a bus driver. I had a puncher and transfers. And I knew how to punch my own transfers to take the bus. I had blank transfers. He'd bring me when he get off at 12 at night. He'd bring me transfers for the next day. He was a bus driver. He showed me how to punch them. I have a pocket full of transfer and a puncher. I get out of school, punch my friend's transfer. We ride all over. This transfer, no guy got some more. Punch him. I was a freshman. Yeah, they be more advanced. They got to be. And my parents was like, just because we growing up in a nice house and stuff, he ain't want us to be slow. And so with those kind of parents raising all the kids, we had to know conflict resolution. That's why I'm telling y'all all of this. We had to know when we outside playing how to resolve our problems. Because in those days, you don't want the parents to know there's a problem, so you had to fix it. You understand what I'm telling y'all? That's what these gang members ain't got. We had to have conflict resolution when I was growing up. We had to fix it between ourselves because in those days, if we got a problem and the parents find out, we got to come in the house. You got to come in. If you're out there arguing, fighting, and the parent look out there, everybody got to come in. You got to go in. You got to come. You got to come in. You got to come in the house. So you learn how to. You don't want to go in the house, so you learn how to fix it. That's something these young gang members, they don't got that. That's why the community is so bad. They be hurting each other and shooting each other over nothing. The things they be tripping over do not be serious. And by the time they get mature, they only did 5 years of a 30-year sentence. And we watching young men wake up in prison with a long time to go, which is just sad. You know what I'm saying? It's sad because they wake up, but they already doing 30. They already doing life. Just imagine that. Imagine you young, you out on the street doing crazy stuff. You get locked up. Then you mature in prison with a lot of time left. Just think about that. Because they don't got no conflict resolution. They ain't got it. They got no leadership. They got no conflict resolution. That's why after I did 4 months in the county jail, that's why I was a superstar in Chicago. That's why I walk around Chicago and I'm straight. Because I was in there and in the county jail, you in and out. It's not prison, so you ain't doing time. So you in and out. But because my bond was $250,000, I didn't want to pay $25,000 to get out. You got to pay 10%. I didn't want to pay $25,000 because what I'm being accused of, I'm trying to tell them I'm not doing that. I'm not slinging. I can't tell them I'm not slinging and get them $25,000. My wife probably got $40,000 at the house. She like, I could come get you out. I'm like, if you're going to get me out, they're going to find me guilty. Matter of fact, not only they going to find me guilty, if you bring 25 racks down here, they're going to take the money and give me another charge. They're going to call the IRS because anything over $9,999 got to be reported to the IRS. So I sat in there. I sat in there 4 months and kept going to court until they dropped my bond to $150,000. And when they dropped my bond to $150,000, that's 15. Cool. I had my wife take $5,000 to my mama, $5,000 to my sister. They all three came with cashier checks, 3 cashier checks for $5,000, and I went home. So I sat there 4 months to make sure I looked poor, so I could go to court and tell the judge, no, I wasn't selling nothing. They look at it and say, he probably ain't. He was poor as hell. He sat in here 4 months. If you want to don't get in the streets. If you ain't built like that, if you're not a real hustler, and to be a hustler, you got to have gangster tendencies. So I'm not really a gangster, but to be a hustler, you got to have gangster. You got to be a gangster too. And maybe I'll do a whole video on that to let you know all this different stuff you got to be. So I sat in there, and sitting in there, brothers coming in like a revolving door because it's county jail. They going to prison, or they getting an I bond, or they just getting released. So I'm just in with these brothers, talking to these young brothers. And these young brothers, I'm running the deck. After Mike leave, when I come, Mike running the deck. But I think he went to prison. No, he got out. And so the person in there the longest running the deck. I'm a vice lord now in there. I'm a foe, but we under the vice lord, so I'm running the deck. The deck is mine. I've been there the longest. So I'm responsible for what go on in that deck. And these shorties is coming in there, and they ain't got no conflict resolution. This is like 1997, 97. They don't got no conflict resolution. Everything, they want to overdo it for minor shit. That's why I'm talking about this. So I had to teach them conflict resolution. Because they want to fight over everything, the goddamn TV. One time the TV was on. All the brothers watching the Beverly Hillbillies. The show got 20 minutes to go off. They found out Tupac coming on. A handful of brothers want to change the TV. The other brothers like, you can't change it. We already watching this. They want to fight over turning the chat. I got to once again say, hey, what is wrong with y'all? I got to teach them conflict. We can resolve this. It's real simple. First thing is this. This ain't our TV. This is the state's TV. Second thing, we in jail. We don't give a fuck what's on TV. We want to go home, right? Oh, yeah. Pharaoh, well, I ain't think about that. We want to go home. Y'all want to watch TV or y'all want to go home? Y'all finna fight over watching the Beverly Hillbillies of Tupac and we locked up? I resolved the situation. I taught them conflict resolution. I resolved all conflicts. I had rules. You don't get no ultimate respect in here unless you got the key to let us out. Who got the key? Because who want to go home? I do. Okay, who got the key to let us out? Oh, nobody. All right, that means we all some bitch-ass niggas. Sit down. The police bitched all of us. Took us in here and locked us up. We all got bitched out. We locked up. So now we going to be in here locked up, fighting over bullshit, but we can't go home? That don't make no sense to me. They like, man, you ain't lying. No, I ain't never thought about it like that, Pharaoh. Well, think about it like that. We are locked up. I know y'all trying to be all these different gangs, But we all got on DOCs. We all our clothes say Department of Correction. Why your clothes don't say Vice Lord? Why your clothes don't say Blackstone? Why your clothes say Department of Correction? Tell me that part. They say you right. I know I'm right. Sit y'all ass down. What we look like fighting in jail. Y'all ain't making no sense. What we look like fighting in jail. We in jail. To teach them conflict resolution. We can resolve this conflict. Think about going home. We all got DOCs on and white t-shirts. How we different gangs? If we was different gangs, why we don't got on different clothes? If we different gangs, why we got on the same outfits? Okay? Do this look like different gangs to y'all? Do they look like different gangs? Because their outfits say DOC. So it was quiet on my deck because I brought awareness to the brothers in there. I told them, man, listen, I know you think you GD and BD and Vice Lord, but we the DOCs, I told them. I was going to start a rap group. I say the back of your shirt say DOCs, your pants say DOCs. That's the gang, we the DOCs. Why your shit don't say Blackstone? Why your shirt don't say GD? Why your shirt say DOC? Different gangs we're supposed to have on different colors, ain't we? So then it was quiet. The brothers got that in their head. Conflict resolution. I resolved all the conflicts. The brothers, we didn't have no problems on my deck because it was clear we locked up. What the fuck? Problem for what? What, y'all want to go to jail in jail? Sit your ass down and go home. Try to go home. But nobody's talking to these young brothers to tell them, listen, you're going to run over there. You're going to shoot dudes. You're never going to see your son for 30 years or whatever. You might go over there and get shot. Think it through. Think it through. Because they just be acting off of emotions and they don't know how to resolve no conflict. You could work it out with dude. Really, y'all could work that out. Y'all could work that out. It really ain't got to be that serious. I had one brother say, well, how am I going to work it out? He said, man, that man killed my brother. I said, I thought y'all killed his brother too. He's like, yeah, but I said, all right, ain't y'all even? He killed your brother, y'all killed his brother. Ain't y'all even? He's like, man, I ain't really think about it like that. Well, think about it like that. Think about it like that. So what you trying to do? Y'all keeping a scorecard. Y'all ain't even keep a score. I thought the game was even and went into overtime. I thought the game was over. It's a tie game. So he like, still, Pharaoh, that's my brother. I said, listen, man, because he had two sons, like a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old. I told him, let me tell you something, man. On behalf of your sons, I'm going to speak for your sons. Your sons is telling me, fuck what you talking about. They want you to come home. He like, man, Pharaoh, you a cold nigga. Why you say that shit? I said, your son said, fuck that. They want you to come home. He looked at it, he said, this nigga, man. That's why I don't be want to talk to you, Pharaoh. I said, man, you got two sons. You try to go have revenge for your brother and leave your two sons. Your son said, fuck that. They want you to come on. He started crying and shit, man. That's my brother, though. He hugged me like, but man, I ain't gonna lie, man. You right, though, Pharaoh. You right, man. Even my brother would tell me that, man. Pharaoh, you a real nigga, man. I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna go out here and leave my babies, man. I said, yup, you finna leave your babies. Your brother gone, bro. But your babies, they need you. Your brother would not agree with none of this shit. He said, you ain't lying. My brother would tell me the same thing, Pharaoh. That man right now got a good job, working, taking care of his family. Then had a little girl. Now he got two boys and a girl. But he was finna throw it all away. And I put my neck on the line. Because they wasn't even my gang. They was a different gang. And shit got ugly. I had to grip up kind of. Because I'm telling them this. And one of his boys said, man, fuck what you talking about. We need to slide. And I told my man, fuck this nigga. This nigga don't know what he talking about, right? Shit got real gangster. I told dude, fuck dude. Dude trying to send y'all, fuck this nigga. Nigga, shut up. Like that. So dude was a gangster though, but I gripped up. The fuck, nigga? Shut the fuck up. Like, I'm not a preacher, nigga. Shut the fuck up. Don't listen to this nigga. Shut the fuck up. This nigga gonna get you 30 years. Bro, shut the fuck up when I'm talking. Shut your bitch ass up when I'm talking, nigga. What? Nigga? Now you want me to be God or the devil? I'm trying to be God. You just insist for me to be Lucifer. I'm with that shit too. Bitch nigga, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to send this man out. This man was a devil. I'm trying to talk this man out of throwing his life away. You trying to talk him into throwing his life away. And like I told him, man, this nigga be the first one at your baby mama house when you get locked up. Dude. It's like 4 other guys dead and nobody else say shit. Except one nigga say, real talk though. His real main boy. This nigga that's telling you to send off, he'll be the first one at Sharisa crib when you get locked up. This nigga right here. Don't trust this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was really in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? Why he want to send you off so bad? Like, don't listen to him. That man ain't think about your sons or nothing. Plus, shut up when I'm talking. That's the thing that irritated me. Bro, don't you fucking see I'm talking, little ass nigga? You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, you was born little nigga. I was just trying to start saying, man, you making my legs start hurt. And now I got stabbed and I had to learn how to walk. I got stabbed in my leg. So every time I get mad, I'd be like, man, you making my leg hurt. You know what I'm saying? You making my leg start to hurt, man. You making me think about when I got stabbed. You know what I'm saying? You making my leg, brother, you making my leg start to hurt. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Try to teach this man conflict resolution. Let that shit go. Think about your children. Think about your future. Think about your children. Think about your future. Don't get so mad you throw everything away. Don't be so bold that you can't go talk to another brother and squash shit. Sometimes you take the route. My bad, man. Squash it. It's better for me to say it's my bad to squash it than to try to be so proud and stand on something and just keeping the beef going. Hey, whatever I could say to squash the beef, man, my bad. Let this shit be over. We good? Cool. Your pride will get you 1,000 years. Your damn pride. What you black brothers got to understand is when y'all get in the beef, it's never a two-way beef. This is what the young black man got to understand. It's never you against him. Never. It's never you against him. It's you, him, and the white man. Period. It's you, him, and the judge. You, him, and the justice system. It's three people in this beef. But a lot of these young black, they forget about the third entity, the justice system. Now, if you do something to me and I go to do something to you and go to prison, did I win? No, I did not win. So if it's between get back with you or taking a loss with the justice system, I might got to let you slide. Because I can't believe in taking a win and a loss. You understand? You taking a win and a loss. He did something to your brother. You went and unalived him. Now you went to prison. All right. How do you take a win and a loss? You might as well have took the L with what happened to your brother and stayed on the streets. You might as well just took that L. My brother gone, I'm going to take that L. I'm not finna take that L and another L. No, you're going to take two L's. So now your brother gone and you in prison. One L is better than two L's. Sometimes when somebody do something to you, you got to let it go. You can't go jump out the goddamn window because something happened to you and then throw your life away. How is that a win? That's not a win. And that's what these young brothers don't understand. They so busy going against each other, they end up in the system, a slave. They get locked up 20 years old, 25 years old, and they wake up at 35 years old. They be 35 years old, they wake up with 40 more years to go in prison. Now you done woke up. Now you got to do another 40 years. Now you done woke up. You got to do another 15 years. Now you done woke up. You got to do life. But you done woke up. What good is it now? That's what's going on here in Chicago. These young dudes is going to prison like that. I never thought going to prison is get back. How is going to prison get back? I'm confused. I'm confused. How does that get back? If you beefing with me and you shot me, boom, I heal, I come out. I want to shoot you back. If I shoot you back and go to prison, you won. Now, if I can't get away with it, the best thing to do is just leave it alone. Now, let's say I leave it alone and somebody shoots you and unalive you. Who won? I won because I'm still alive. I'm still here. Or I don't do nothing. You go to prison. You get 15 years. Who won? I did. You shot me. I didn't shoot you back, but you're doing 15. I'm raising a family. I got a wife and 2 children, a job. I won. Because sometimes you don't got to make the other person lose. You can stand back and let them lose on their own. Sometimes you're so busy trying to make an L for somebody else. If you just step back, they'll lose on their own. You ain't got to be the one make them lose. You don't got to always be the one to initiate the L. No matter what happened to you, young brothers, your first focus got to be you, period, over revenge or anything. You don't never forget about you over nothing. You don't put revenge over you. Revenge is not over you. How? Revenge is not over you. It's you first. Whatever happened, you got to be all right. I'm not finna go and do life trying to get back on somebody. I'm not finna do that. I'm not going to prison trying to get you back. That's not gonna happen. If I gotta win at the end, I'm not finna lose trying to get you back. That don't make no sense. I'm not finna lose trying to get no get back. I'm not finna lose, bro. You gotta know when to just take the L and keep living. You can't always try to erase the L and catch another goddamn L. You so busy because you took an L trying to revenge for the L. Now you take a super L. You was better just living with that L. Okay, he shot me. I'm alive. I'm not finna shoot him back and go to prison. I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna shoot him and go to prison. Now I'm shot. I still got a bullet wound and I'm in prison. And if he out, boy, think about that. Somebody shoots you. They out. You shoot them back. You go to prison. And you still got shot. And he free. Who won? You're doing 30 years. You find out he had 3 children. He done been married. He done turned his life around. He got a business. You locked up. And you still got that bullet wound. Your revenge did not make that wound go away. That wound not going away. So sometimes if you're a gangster, you got shot, you got to stand on it. I got shot. Hey, bada boom, bada bing. You got shot. Charge you to the game. Charge it to the game. You'll be all right. You got to charge it to the game because all that's Lucifer. And Lucifer trying to put you in the mix. Trying to have something happen to you so something else happened to you. A double whammy. Now you all out the body, all out the mind. You go do something crazy, throw your whole life away. You would have did better living with the bullet wound. Now you go to jail. You tripping over the bullet wound. Everybody in there got stab wounds and bullet wounds. Yeah, I got shot right here and I got shot. Yeah, I got stabbed right here. And nobody care that they got stabbed or shot. You did, and now you're in prison. Well, you might get shanked again. You might get shanked again. See, when you get shot, you get stabbed like I get stabbed. You only one thing's supposed to be on your mind. You alive. Sit. Well, I'm alive. Sit. I'm alive. All right, I'd go with that. I'm not finna go out here and go to jail or go to prison. That's not finna happen. I'm not doing that. I'm not going out here and doing no revenge and throw my life away for no revenge. The object of the game is to win. You can't lose and win. Don't work like that. You either win or you lose. So you got to be smart. And these young brothers got to learn that. They got to learn conflict resolution. They got to learn how to work things out, how to keep themselves out of prison, how to make themselves productive citizens, how to turn their life around so they just ain't headed straight to the grave, the funeral home, the hospital, the nursing home, or the prison. Because these young brothers is all in the nursing homes. This is a story they don't tell y'all. Young brothers, the nursing homes is full of them. That's why in the streets, if I get in a shootout, that's why I got to shoot you and back out. You got to back out of a shootout. Because if you turn around and you get hit in the spine, you're going in a wheelchair. So you do everything you can not to get shot in the back. Because the nursing homes is full of young brothers in wheelchairs because they got shot in the back trying to run. You got to take that bullet from the front. Now, if you don't want to learn all of this here, you not no hitman, you not no shooter, just get out the game because it's just like anything else. And you young brothers don't understand. You want to play baseball, you got to go to a lot of practice and you got to learn how to play and you got to become a professional. You want to be a doctor, you got to go to school, you got to work hard to be a professional. You want to be a criminal, you got to go to school and you got to be a professional. There's no cheat code for anything you want to do. It's going to take the same amount of education, period. And that's what a lot of young brothers don't understand. You think you could be dumb and sell drugs, be dumb and be a criminal. You cannot. You have to be just like a lawyer and a doctor if you want to be a dealer, if you want to be a thief. You might as well do something legal. You have to have the same amount of sense. You want to be in the streets, you got to study. How you think I know? You got to back out of a shootout. You got to study that world. You can't just be that. You just can't be a gangster and a shooter. No. Thinking you taking the shortcut. You young brothers got to stop with that. It takes the same amount of energy. You might as well be a businessman. You might as well be a businessman. But these young brothers, they think it's a shortcut. They think crime, they think shooting is a shortcut. It is not. Everything is the same. You got to work at it. There's no shortcuts. The only difference is you could do this right and ain't never got to worry about jail. You could do this right, but you still got to worry about jail. If you're doing business and make a mistake, you might lose some money. If you're doing crime and make a mistake, you're going to lose your life, time on your life, or your life. Now, what you want to do? You want to take this chance that's a safer chance? Or you want to take this chance that's a dead-end street? The young brothers, anything that can happen will happen. Get out the streets. Stop beefing. Call your enemy and tell them, man, that shit over with. Period. Call your op, contact your op, DM your op, and say, man, that shit over with. I'm done. It's over with. I don't got no problem with you. I don't want to beef no more. And tell your op straight up, man, I don't want to go to prison or lose my life over this shit. And I would advise you to be the same way. We need to get out this shit. Like if you my op, I'm going to hit you up and be like, listen, man, we need to get out. We need to stop with this shit. Because both me and you, we going to the grave. Ain't nobody finna win or we going to go to prison. We need to stop this shit. We need to stop. Just like that. Bow out. And if you're around some gang members that's hell bent on you crashing out, them not your friends. Them's the devil. Them not your friends. Them same dudes that want you to crash out gonna be sleeping with your baby mama. Facts. Facts. Y'all, the young brothers, y'all gotta learn conflict resolution and young black brothers. You got to. Sometimes you gotta say, my bad, man. If you was in the wrong. Man, my bad. I'm sorry for that, man. We cool, all right? I shouldn't have did that shit. Just like that. You know you did some garbage to him, and he mad, and you trying to be mad, but you the one did the garbage. And you just can't come to the brother and say, man, I shouldn't have never did you like that. That's it. Just plain and simple. I shouldn't have did you like that, man. That's my bad, man. I don't want to do this. Because you young black brothers, y'all trying to go against each other and the white man. How y'all gonna go against each other and the white justice system? You ain't got a chance in hell. Y'all brothers ain't got no chance in hell. You sandwich. You your own enemy over here, and you got the justice system your enemy over there. How you gonna win? Where Dirk at? Locked up. All that damn talent. Where Vaughn at? Gone. Just look. Name all the brothers. They was all on bullshit. All of them. They was all rapping crazy and acting crazy. Young Dolph. He wasn't innocent. He was beefing. Him and Yo Gotti should have said, listen, man, it's a rap. That's all. Gotti should have did it or Dolph should have did it. One of them should have did it. Hey, man, we not doing this. We done lost Biggie, Tupac. We done lost a whole bunch. Where Suge? In prison. Where Diddy? Locked up. All the signs is right there. All that beefing. Where they all at? Locked up. All that beefing. Can't do nothing for the black community. Gave multi-millions to the justice system. How much money Suge done spent on lawyers and justice system? Lost the whole death row. How much money Puffed and gave back to the justice system? That could have did stuff for the black community. Tupac, dumbass, won't go fight, and you Tupac out on bail. And that's my man. But man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all over no Tupac. And Tupac will want me to tell y'all just like this. Tupac was real. He would appreciate me telling y'all this. Because if he could, he'll still be here. He would have never did none of that dumb shit if he got a rewind. How you out on bail from New York? You in Vegas, you want to go jump on somebody, and you goddamn Tupac. Because you just seen Mike Tyson fight, so now you want to fight. Boom. Then you hanging all out the car. Pop, 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 you go. Just like that. Because you wouldn't, Tupac wouldn't stop. Wouldn't stop doing stupid shit. How you the goose that laid a golden egg and you running fighting? They said, there you go right there. You the first one to run over there, and you the superstar. Threw his whole life away. And was too stupid. After you beat dude up, you should have been on the first plane and the fuck up out of Vegas. You should have been gone. They never should have been able to see you nowhere. Rap would have been different. Rap wouldn't have been no damn different. Rap would have been the same shit. You can't have no dumb brothers rapping and have no positive rap. Rappers be dumbasses. People that don't want to go to school. People that don't want no profession, so they rap, basically. When you see these people complaining about rappers and want rappers to be some type of role models, that's the dumbest shit ever. It ain't the rappers' fault that dumbass people want rappers to be role models. Won't believe that rappers can rap some shit and straighten out your dumbass son. If you got a dumbass son that ain't got no good mama and daddy, ain't no rapper can help your son if your son is a dumbass without good parents. I don't give a damn what Tupac say. If you ain't got a strong mama and daddy, you ain't gonna be shit. There's no rapper gonna save these children. That is bullshit. If rappers could save the youth, then God would have had rappers had all the babies. Rappers would have been the one that had the babies. Your mama had you. Your daddy had you. Them the ones could save you. Your mama and your daddy. How a rapper gonna save you? Why? Well, then rappers need to have all the babies then. But they want the music. This was the dumbest shit ever. They want the music, saying the music gonna save somebody. First off, a negative person is not gonna listen to positive music. That's crazy. Conscious music didn't do a goddamn thing to make nobody listen to it. Conscious music didn't make us conscious. If you look at all the conscious rappers, the conscious community was older than the rappers. The conscious people that listen to KRS-One was older than KRS-One, was older than Chuck D, was older than Pro Righteous Teacher. They was following us. They was younger than us. They didn't do nothing. They didn't create nothing. We created them. The conscious community created conscious rappers. Conscious rappers can't create no conscious community. That's bullshit. That's nonsense. KRS-One was my little nigga. He was not on my level. Not at all. That's false. That the music gonna do all this magic shit. The music never did shit. KRS-One first song release date. KRS-One Boogie Down Production 1986. 1986, his first song. This Me, 1979, 1980. This Me, 1980. 6 years before he dropped the song. By the time he dropped the song, my dreads was down my back. He ain't raised me. He ain't raised the conscious community. We raised him. That's all fake. Stories made up by young people that wasn't even here. Show me anybody talking about it, and I guarantee you they wasn't here. Guaranteed. The people are the ones that had the knowledge, not the musicians. It's all fake. It's all fake. This is when KRS-One got hot. So I learned from him. This is when KRS-One had them little dreads on his head. Do he look like he taught me any goddamn thing? Who learned from who? I learned from him or he learned from us? Where they get all their black conscious stuff they was buying? Who put that out there? All them red, black, and green beads and all that stuff they was wearing. What generation put that out, was selling that? Who taught him about Haile Selassie? And this song, you say, Haile Selassie, who we get that from? How he teaching somebody, and we the one taught him about Haile Selassie. He don't know about no damn Haile Selassie. He learned that from the older people. The older people created KRS-One and conscious music. Conscious music didn't create conscious people. Conscious people created conscious music. That's a fact. Created conscious music. Y'all got it backwards the other way around. The reason rap ain't positive, because you're not positive. And you're not negative, you're working class. The only rap we could pop now is workers rap. But nobody dropping no workers rap. Working rap would go through the roof. Ain't nobody rapping about going to the goddamn job every day. That shit'll go through the damn roof. Ain't nobody rapping about child care while you gotta go to work, who gonna watch the baby, wages, minimum wage, FICA. Where that hot song FICA? Where the hot song FICA all in my motherfucking pocket? That's a hit record. FICA all in my pocket. Where's that record? That's with the blow right now. Work music, a blow. Through the roof. If rappers start be rapping about their job and work and trying to make some money and rent and shit, that shit'll go through the roof, because that's the audience now. The audience is work. We at work. Yeah, niggas got dreads under their hat at work. Driving truck. Shit like that. Rasta ain't standing around being no Rasta. He a truck driver. They blame it. They want the music, G-Ra, to say some shit that don't reflect life. Conscious music reflected a conscious lifestyle. There was actually a conscious lifestyle. There ain't no conscious lifestyle no more. It's a work, get money lifestyle. So if you want to make some good music, you got to make the music of the lifestyle. These conscious niggas think that the music can change the lifestyle. No, the lifestyle changes the music. They got it backwards. The music will never change the people. The people change the music. And you got to rap about how you really living. We not living astronomical, ecological, bagajo. We not living like that. We are not living based on no conscious lyrics. Conscious lyrics sound like make believe. Nobody's living like that.